We need to engage into inspiring action. As you may have been told, when we are inspiring action, you don't need to coerce action. You don't demand, but rather you convince other people to do something by finding a way to get them to do it. So when we go back to our institutions, as leaders, as teachers, let's ensure that we explain to the people we lead the need to change, not by coercing them, but convincing them to do what we want them to do. We need to also inculcate a culture of communicating a clear why. As we do this, let's concentrate more on communicating why. That is the purpose, other than what. Let's ensure that we are driven by shared beliefs, passion, and consistent efforts over just a mere desire. I'm sure with this, we shall be able to foster a sense of shared responsibility rather than obligation, and we shall be able to move people from apathy to commitment. As leaders, we should be able to pay attention to the impact that is productive interaction. That is to say, we engage with others in ways that inspire them and commit them. People should be left more inspired and ready to take action than they were before we interacted with them. So as leaders, we need to ask people what they see us doing that works and that which does not work. We need to get that courage. I don't know how many of us have that courage to ask the people whether what we are doing works or does not work. Another issue is we need to learn to own up our mistakes and don't repeat them. We own up, say sorry, but do not repeat them. I'll give an example. I'm a member of one of the committees in UNED, the committee which handles issues of examination malpractice. We invite people suspected of being involved in examination malpractice. Show them where they have gone wrong, why we suspect them. And in most cases, instead of the leaders, the teachers, the head teachers, even when we show them, instead of them accepting that there is a problem, many of them go on the defensive. And as you go on the defensive, sometimes you will not be able to identify where the problem is. I should also add, since I've talked about the name, in the examinations of 2025, especially at the primary giving examination level, Muslim-founded schools featured prominently, not for the right reasons, but for being involved in examination malpractice. So, as we go back, please, let's do more of the teaching than all those activities the schools get involved in order to get passes. If we teach the students, ensure there is effective teaching and learning, the students will be able to pass. Because Once you are brought on the wrong side of the law, the name is tarnished, and there's an unfortunate situation in Uganda that when one Muslim commits a mistake, makes a mistake, it's as if he has done it for the whole Muslim community. When one Muslim is caught cheating, the headline will be Abasilamu Babye the Bull. So we need to work together as a team and ensure that we clean this image, which was not very good, especially in the examinations of 2025. The President talked about Education Service Commission. As you are aware, the Commission is responsible for appointing, confirming, promoting teaching personnel, teaching and non-teaching personnel in government institutions, secondary, post-primary institutions. As we talk now, there's a recruitment activity going on for those who are applying for head teachers and deputies. For head teachers, the interviews are starting next week. The deputies have already done the aptitude tests and the competency tests, and the lists are soon to be out. The President assured you that we have some people in our lists. Our people are there on the list. But it is not enough. It is not enough to be on those lists. You need to prepare when you are coming for these interviews. You need to know the jobs you have applied for and what is expected of you if you are appointed to that job. Sometimes we are disappointed by our colleagues. They come for interviews. Some of them even do not remember the post they have applied for. Some of them cannot tell you what is on their biodata. So the person gets confused right from the start. You ask someone his names or ask someone to introduce himself, and the only thing he can say is his name, and that is all. So colleagues, if you want to be assisted, please assist yourselves by preparing yourselves well before you go for interviews. Another area where I see we are losing a lot of marks is the appearance, how you present yourself. This is mostly with our brothers. The sisters, at least when it comes to appearance and dress code, they are okay. But for our brothers, sometimes you disappoint us. This is whether you are going to Education Service Commission or District Service Commission or any other service commission. Please make sure you get those 3 marks of presentation. But people come, someone is in a t-shirt, someone is, you dress in all forms of ways, but please, some people say you never get the second time to make the first impression. And first impression matters a lot in the interview. So, before you go for the interviews, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, if I was the one awarding the marks for smartness, how much would I give myself? If it is not 10 out of 10, then you know there's something lacking. You need to improve there. Members, I was saying saying we need to move the people from the intention to results, and we need to communicate why. And with this, we shall be able to foster a sense of shared responsibility rather than obligation. If we are moved with a sense of shared responsibility, the school or the results belong to all of us. As members, as leaders, we should also learn to identify and build leadership capacity and expand leadership performance. I don't know whether you have not heard about wars in some schools, because the deputy or some other leader at the lower level is showing a lot of ambition or is showing a lot of leadership qualities, and in some cases the leaders or the head teachers fear that they will take away their responsibilities. But as the president said, leadership comes from Allah. Just identify and build those leaders. Expand your leadership performance and learn to delegate. I've received many delegations in my office. The head teacher comes, you advise him, and after writing the document, you open his bag, remove the stamp, and then you ask him, supposing there is something at school which needs a stamp. The head teacher has always moved with the stamp. Please learn to trust and delegate to your deputies or juniors. If you have trained them well, they will not betray you. We also need to build change capability and resilience in leaders and break barriers to change. We should accept change and also see how to address change. Many things are changing. We moved from the knowledge-based curriculum, we are now in the competence-based curriculum. We need to accept that change and take it on. We also need to create a culture of feedback and empowerment, and we also need always continue growing your people. Grow your people, you will have grown your schools. On enhancing visibility, we note that visibility intentionally involves showcasing your work skills and value to key stakeholders to build a strong and professional reputation. So I want to call upon UMTA to increase in engagement and participation in high-profile meetings and engagement. Recently we had a performance review meeting as Education Service Commission, and I was happy that this time UMTA was represented and was very visible. So we need to improve on this visibility. Chairperson has talked about a project, the UMTA Hall. This is the way to go. UMTA should take a leading role. You should be involved in high visibility through projects. Not only the home. In the last city schools, out of 100 city schools, newly grant-aided city schools, I think we had not more than 5 as Muslims. So these are some of the areas we should identify and be involved in such high-profile projects. because as we increase visibility through getting involved in these such projects, we are also creating employment for our members. So we also need to increase our participation in international and national events. This is one of them. The annual general meeting is one of them, and this is the right way to go. We need to mentor and support others, and also build relationship with the outside, those with outside with our immediate team. As we observed in the beginning, Muslim education has come a long way. But a lot of success has been registered, but there is still room for improvement. So as UMTA, you need to continue to play an active role in transforming Muslim education through the leaders and members getting actively involved in inspiring action and enhancing visibility of the association and its members. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.